Hello everybody, welcome to Fandiversity. My name is Cyrus. Today I'm gonna recap Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Season 1. My thought on this series is very complicated, it varies from season to season. So let's press play on Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Season 1. So we start the series off at Isla Sorna, but it's like inside of a video game, and there's this like video game character, and he dies in a bush, but it's still like, whoa, I wasn't expecting a person to die in the series, and that sets up like the darker tone that we weren't expecting. We meet our first character, Darius, and he's like a nerd, and I don't know how that feels personally. As you can see, if you beat the video game, then you win a trip to Jurassic World. So he goes to sleep and he wakes up and he's like, okay, I'm gonna play this game again. And he uses the resonating chamber from Jurassic Park 3, which is a nice little Easter egg. It's the game and he's able to make it to Jurassic World. We meet other characters, Brooklyn, Yaz, Ben, and Sammy. We also meet the counselors and all the kids in the first few seasons are one-dimensional. Like, even the show is meta about them being one-dimensional.
Wait, Dino Kid, Trackstar, Internet Girl, Barfy, Texas. He's right.
We meet Kenji, who has probably the best character arc because he comes from this rich family and eventually stops caring about that, and he's just my favorite character. I love him so much. Brooklyn's my least favorite character because she's way too cringy. I'm not even gonna show you guys the cringy stuff because I don't want to kick you guys off. That'd be too mean. They're going down a road and they get a compy, and it's used as a joke, which it is through the whole series. They go through the gates, which is extremely similar to Jurassic Park, which is what do you think's gonna happen if you do that? They go on a zip line and they get to see all the dinosaurs. We see a Sinoceratops, which wasn't on Ingen's or Mesrani's list, and that explains why they weren't there. Is because they're holding them back from the public. Darius tries to sneak out of the camp to find the compy, but is caught by Kenji and Brooklyn, and all three of them sneak out, and we see Kenji's flaw is that he likes money and only cares about that. They try to go to the compy enclosure, but they eventually get to the raptor pen, and Kenji jumps in there because Brooklyn dropped her phone, and Blue is there, but Darius jumps in to help Kenji, and they're surrounded by the raptors, and then episode 1 ends. So episode 2 starts when the counselors save the kids, and they go back to camp. Kenji's complaining about his father, is never there for him, so Darius decides he's gonna take the blame, and their punishment is that they have to shovel dinosaur droppings the whole day while everybody is at a genetic lab. We get to know Ben a little bit. His character flaw is that he's scared of literally everything. I can't relate to that, of course, never. They get to the genetic lab and we're reintroduced to Dr. Wu, sadly not played by B.D. Wong. Kenji takes Darius to the underground network that was first introduced in Fallen Kingdom, where the baryonyx was. In the lab, Blue says that there's mammoth remains, and that's setting up the Smilodon that's in season 4. Bumpy hatches and imprints on Ben, and they have a little moment. But Kenji brings Darius to a Carnotaurus exhibit, and that's explaining where they were during Fallen Kingdom and why they weren't on the list. Brooklyn goes into the lab, the Dr. Wu's lab, and knocks into Sammy, who's kind of suspicious, and Brooklyn goes through Dr. Wu's stuff, and in the corner she's E750, which is hinting for E750 in season 3. They make it to the fence, Kenji and Darius, and they find out that they're on the wrong side, and then the Carnotaurus is behind them. Wu finds Brooklyn, and then they're all kicked out of the lab. They escape the Carnotaurus through a crate that holds the food, and the Carnotaurus gets a scar, and then they name it Toro. At the end of this episode, we see a mysterious figure walk through a forest, put a thumb drive on a drone.